What's up, friends, fellow card collectors? Cardhobbyist here, and welcome to the next Cardhobbyist Weekly. We are already on episode 3. It's amazing how time flies. 3 weeks into this already. Yeah, football starts this week, so we're in the old school Dolphins logo hats. Ready for some football to start. Interested to see how it turns out without fans and all that. So definitely ready for some football. It's different leading up this year because of the whole pandemic thing. No preseason games, and yeah, it just feels different. But definitely excited to see some football again. I've mentioned it before. Football is by far my favorite sport. You may not think that because of the way I collect. I collect mainly baseball cards, but football is number one for me as far as my favorite sports. I watch a football game over any other sport. Huge Dolphins fan, huge Miami Hurricanes fan. I'll always definitely watch those games. I'm probably a bigger Hurricanes fan than I am a Dolphins fan. I'd watch a Hurricanes game over a Dolphins game. Just a huge Hurricanes fan. Hurricanes were such a big part of me growing up. I mean, yeah, we had Dan Marino, in the 80s and all that, but at that time, the Hurricanes were winning championships left and right. I think, let's see, they won one when I was 4, so I don't really remember that. But 87 they won, 89 they won, 91 they won. So they were definitely a powerhouse in the late 80s, early 90s. So I was a huge Hurricanes fan as a kid. But yeah, I look forward to seeing how they do this season. They've, been down for quite a bit of time. Haven't won a championship in close to 20 years. So, hopefully they get back on the right track and get back to competing for national championships. They're in a recruiting hotbed down there in South Florida. A lot of great players come from down there, especially skill position players, defensive players. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this football season. So, that was the intro to the Cardhobbyist Weekly. I already started rambling. We haven't even gotten to this stuff yet. So let's go ahead and drop that beat. Okay, we're going to switch a few things up this week. We're going to start off with the Repack Rip Fairfield Pharmacy box of football. We'll just go ahead and get into it. I won't preface it much, but definitely a football theme for the Repack Rip this week with football starting up. So yeah, check out the Pharmacy football box that I rip here. Welcome back to the disc. We're going to do some Pharmacy Foosball for a Repack Rip today. I believe this is one of the, if not the first Pharmacy football I've opened as far as the new design product. Don't quote me on that because my memory is not that good, so I may have ripped one of these before, but Fairfield used to give us 100 football cards. Then they gave us 75 football cards. And now they're giving us 50 football cards with a pack and a bonus. I'm sure the bonus is like a teeny mate or like a plastic helmet or something, I would imagine. But yeah, so in honor of football starting up this week, let's rip some foosball. Nothing more to say. Let's just get into it. So 1 and 4 contain a hit, I believe, or 1 and 2 contain a hit in these. Okay, so the odds are a little bit better on pulling a hit from football. I think this is the second one of these open because I think I got a hit in the first one of these open. So let's see. I don't think I got a hit in this one. I don't see a penny sleeve sticking out, so no penny sleeve in there. Surprise, surprise. Leaf draft football. So what's our bonus? There's no bonus in here. What's the bonus? Is it in the top? I don't think it's in the top. I don't see nothing in the top. Where's our bonus? I think we got gypped on a bonus. Weren't we supposed to get a teeny mate or something? Or maybe the bonus is in there. I don't know. I'm confused, Fairfield. Help me out here. Box is empty. Let's see what we got. Leaf draft football. I'm not gonna bother opening that. We've seen enough leaf draft. Alright, let's see what we got in the cards here. So, we do have some modern stuff in here. So, not all junk wax era. A lot of score in here. Mitchell Trubisky. Alright, let's see what we got. We got Logan Thomas from Virginia Tech. We got Jared Abbrederis, Upper Deck. 2014. There's a Devontae Adams, star rookie. Who's this? Jay Lehman. His first name is Jay. Not spelt out, just the letter J. Darian Stewart. We got a Giovanni Bernard. We got a Christian McCaffrey. Not a rookie, but not bad. Christian McCaffrey. Probably top running back in the league. We got a Jordan Lazley, rated rookie. Clay Matthews. Nakeeb Talib. The Biscuit. We got a Visante Shienko. Barrett Rude. Jeremy Williams. We got Terrell Thomas. Wes Welker. This is 2010 score. LT. Freddie Barnes. Felix Jones. Rondé Barber. Kyle Wilson, rookie. Matt Hasselbeck. Ricky B. Ricky. Ricky B. Ricky. Got a Dolphin. I'll take it. Paul Perkins. 2016 Contenders draft picks. And a Michael Thomas. That actually ain't bad. Was that his rookie year? 2016? Was that Michael Thomas's rookie year? Let's check that one out. Alright. So, only 50 cards in here, so it's not going to take as long as a normal Fairfield. John Brown. There's a Ted Hendricks. Would go into my Hurricanes collection, but I believe I have this card already. This one's all dinged up anyways. Jim Lachey. Oh, here's an older card. 1980. With Montgomery, Harold Carmichael, Bernard Wilson, and Carl Hairston. Don't recognize any of those names. Here's a Irv Pankey. Greg Townsend. Eric Decker. Phoenix. That was a cool set. Stephen Hill. We got Darrell Rivas. A lot of Jets in here. This is a Scotty Arena box. Brandon Marshall. Bilal Powell. We got a Tiki Barber. Gold Leaf rookie. Sweet. 97. 97 Tiki rookies. Not bad. We got Derek Harvey. We got a Marquise Mays from Press Pass. Paul Richardson. Bowman Chrome. Rookie. We got a James Jefferson. We got a Ashiomogo Atagwe. It's a cool card there. What year is that? 2005. It's a nice design on that. I like that. Hey, look. Some more Jets. We got Dallas Clark. Chester Taylor. Ernie Sims. Check down Chad. Check down Chad Enney. That's what us Dolphins fans used to call him. Used to throw check downs a lot. Check down Chad Enney. Look, more Jets. More Jets. There's a DeMarco Murray. There's a Zeke Elliott. 2017. We got a Patrick Peterson, used to be known as Patrick Johnson, and a Andre Roberts Prism, regular Prism. So, nothing real exciting going on in that pack. You know what? That went by so quickly. Let's rip the draft. 50 cards just doesn't seem right in a pharmacy box. Doesn't seem right. I'd take another 25, 50 cards, you know, even if they are overproduction era cards. Fairfield Excel Marketing must be running out of football product. Alright, so we got a Chase Claypool. We got a Donovan Peoples-Jones. We got a gold Brett Favre. Jerry Jeudy. And a Jacob Eason. Alright, so that does it. Yeah, wasn't too impressed with that pack, but you know what? Football season starting back up. We did get a Ricky Williams and I think a rookie year Michael Thomas, but don't quote me on that. I don't know what rookie year Michael Thomas was. That's 2016, and I don't think I had this rookie card, so got one PC card out of it. Not gonna hate. Actually, two if you consider the Ted Hendricks, but I had that Ted Hendricks already. That dinged up Ted Hendricks, so we'll send it back to the host. Ricky be sending it off.
Okay, thank you very much. So,
Yeah, that wasn't the best Fairfield box there. When they went down to 50 cards, and you're supposed to get a bonus, we didn't get a bonus item in that box. So like we only got 50 cards in a pack, and the pack wasn't very good. Only got one PC card in that whole box. Tons of Jets cards, and as a Dolphins fan, you don't want tons of Jets cards in a Fairfield box. You want some Dolphins, or you want some Hurricanes, at least for me. Um, so yeah, it definitely wasn't the best box. Plus we got gypped a bonus. Eh, that you win some, you lose some with Fairfield. That one was definitely a loss because that one didn't even really meet my Fairfield expectations of what I'm hoping to get when I rip one of those pharmacy boxes. I'm hoping to get, at least 3 or 4 PC cards, and that one only had one. So definitely not a good box on that one. So, but it is what it is, and I'll get another Fairfield in the future. They're only $5. I'm not breaking the bank. It's not like I opened a pack of Transcendent or anything like that. Something ridiculous. Or I spent $100 on a box of cards and didn't get anything from a PC. Spend $5. It's $5. Not that big of a deal. So the next segment we're gonna hit up is we're gonna do the print run estimation for 2020 Topps Archives. Let me know what you think on the numbers. I always say that. But yeah, 2020 Topps Archives print run estimation, and yeah, quit blabbering. Take it away. Alright folks, time for another print run estimation, this time for 2020 Topps Archives. Not going to go through, the whole process of how I came up with these numbers. You can go back and watch some of my previous videos where I did print run estimations to see how I did it. So basically I determined how many base cards you're getting per pack around. So with Archives, it's about 7 for Hobby and Blaster. Not really much variation between Hobby and Blaster in this product as far as like odds are concerned. So I also threw in fat packs in there as well, so you get about 16 base cards per fat pack, like 2 inserts or parallels in there. So real quick, I just put up the parallels for the base cards, such as purple, silver, and gold. The purples are at a 175, the silvers are at 99, and the golds, of course, are 1 of 1s. So I figured out how many packs are needed in order to pool all those. Now remember, these are calculated as in a vacuum, so it's not like taking a mix of Hobby, Blaster, and Fat Pack and trying to determine the runs of all those, trying to figure out what balance of those are printed. So these numbers represent, if this whole product was only printed in Hobby, same thing with this one for Blasters, or if the whole product was printed in Fat Packs. Like if there was no Blasters or Hobbies printed and Archives was only released in Fat Pack form, this was how many Fat Packs you would need to be able to pull all 300 of the 175 purples. So you would pull every 175, all 175 copies of every single card in that set, I guess you could say. I know it's kind of hard to say that in words, but words sometimes fail me. English is only my first language. So basically, here's the total base cards that I estimated that are in Archives. So these numbers are actually pretty close, around 14 million, 13 million. Yeah, so for the total print run of this set. So how many base sets does that make? And that makes about 46,960 base sets, so around 47,000 base sets. I think a company like Topps would, bump that up to 50,000 base sets just to make it easier on them and on their printers. But, as far as the print run on Archives, it's really not that high. It's nowhere near Flagship or Bowman or anything like that. So speaking of which, let's take a look at where this falls on the rankings of print runs for 2020 Topps products. As you can see, Archives is near the top. So Gypsy Queen, estimated little smaller print run, Big League, real small print run, but nowhere near Series 1, Series 2 print runs, which are, $250,000, third of a million. Archives is actually a pretty low print run. So as far as rarity goes for the base cards, it's It's pretty rare. Alright, so let's jump back over. We're going to take a look real quick at the estimated runs of inserts. So these are based on, the total packs that I came up on this previous sheet. So there was, 2 million total packs of this product printed in hobby form. What would be the run of all these inserts? This is just all based on the odds and the checklist size for each of these inserts. So here you can see the numbers for blasters and hobby. Here's just them averaged out right here. And this last, I lost my train of thought there. This last little column shows them ranked from most common to least common. So the combo cards are pretty common. Around 48,000 individual, about 48,000 print runs. Sorry, I'm having trouble speaking right now. About 48,000 of the combo cards are printed, of each combo card. That's mainly because you see a number that high is because they're not that rare as far as pulling them. You get one in every 6 packs, so you're gonna get at least one in every every blaster box, which you're gonna get 3 or 4 in every hobby box. And as far as like fat packs, I didn't pull out those odds, but I'm sure it's like 1 in 3 fat packs or something like that. The next up is the traded short prints, about 26,000. Same thing for the poster card. The ones that come in posters in hobby format and also in card form. The All-Star rookies around 19,000. The Bowman Archives cards around 9,000 a piece. The 2002 Topps variations, which is the Yadi Molina card, about 7,500, 7,600 of those. 74 Topps variations around 2,000 of those a piece. The black and white image variations around 1,500 of those a piece. And the full body image variations about 200, and the same thing for the Topps minis, about 200 a piece, since none of those are numbers. And of course there are parallel versions of these, but those are all serial numbered, so there's no reason trying to estimate a print run on them because they're serial numbered. Alright, so let me know what y'all think about these numbers for the total print run, the numbers of the insert print runs, as well as what you think about these, how these numbers look when compared to all the other products Topps has released this year. This isn't all the Topps products. This is only stuff that's available in retail as well as hobby formats. So that's why you don't see things like Finest or Museum Collection or anything like that on here. But yeah, let's go ahead and rip a pack of this. Let's see what we get. So we got a fat pack of archives here. We'll try to get the focus right here so we don't have to mess with that later. I think right about here should be good. Looks like we can see through this front sleeve, so it looks like we got a Dodger on there, maybe Clayton Kershaw. So let's see what we got in here. I expect about 16 base cards and a couple inserts, and we are correct. It is Clayton Kershaw. So we're just gonna go through these real quick. There's a Mike Piazza, Hall of Famer, very nice. Frank Robinson, Hall of Famer. This is why I love archives. Diamondbacks, Hall of Famer. And a Zach Gallen rookie, not bad, Zach Gallen. Andres Munoz. We got a John Means Business. We got Andrew Jones. There's a Brave, one of my favorite Braves of all time. Pedro, Hall of Famer. Ichiro, future Hall of Famer. Juan Marichal, Hall of Famer. Looks like we got one of these Bowman rookies. It's Dylan Cease for the Chicago White Sox. And we got a combo card of Bichette and Guerrero. So these are your most common insert that you're going to see. Lots of copies of these, so really don't think these combo cards are going to be, like, value wise on the market, probably aren't going to be that high. Always good to catch a trout. Aquino rookie, Tom Glavine, very nice. Hall of Famer Hank Aaron, Hall of Famer Larry Doby. That pack was awesome. That pack was awesome. Yeah, I didn't get a hit. I didn't get a Lou Bob. But man, look at all these Hall of Famers. This is why I love archives. Sweet, sweet Hall of Famers. Also got Andrew Jones Braves card. Caught a trout. Insert. Dylan Cease insert. So there's the 2 inserts. 16 base cards. So for these 55 Topps designs, you want to look at the back. You want to look at the code on the back. This one is really hard to read. My eyes are terrible. So this code is 468, and I believe the variation that you're looking for, because there's variations where this is a different picture right here. The action shot's a different picture. I think those are 469. Yeah, so this one's 468 as well. There's also a variation where these are black and white, but those are easier to spot because the actual action shot is black and white. But make sure you're looking at the backs of these cards. For I believe it's 469, it might be 489. Check out Cardboard Connection or the Beckett website, and you can definitely figure out what the right number is for these variations. They're on the backs of these cards. I think there's 100 of them that have variations. All of these seem like they're 468, so these are all the base ones. But the variations only come 1 in 100 packs, so they're not very common. All right, so that is the archives break. We'll send it back to the host, and hope you all enjoyed it. And we will have a Stadium Club print run estimation coming up pretty soon. I got to find some Stadium Club first, because, like I said, I like to rip them after I do these estimated print runs. So, back to the host. All right, thank you very much. So the print run numbers on archives really aren't that high based on the estimations. Of course, take my estimations with a grain of salt. I always say this. We don't truly know the print run numbers from Topps. They're the manufacturer, so they're the only ones that would be able to tell us the true print numbers. But based on that, archives is actually a pretty low print run product. Not quite as low as Big League was, but it is a pretty low print number product, and it's a product I love as a Hall of Fame collector. I love collecting cards of Hall of Famers, so Archives is full of Hall of Famers. That's why I absolutely love Archives. Another product I love is Allen and Ginter, because of all the Hall of Famers they put in Allen and Ginter. So any product that features Hall of Famers, even Flagship, with the inserts, is a great product to me because of all the Hall of Famers they put in it. I'm like the opposite of a prospector, I guess. I collect the old-timers and not the new-timers. But yeah, let me know what you think about the Archives print run, what you think about Archives, a product. Should be doing a Stadium Club print run estimation in the near future. Yeah, so hopefully I'll get that one next week, but if not, we'll get to it eventually. But yeah, so next segment is going to be an off the cuff. This will probably be the longest segment of this Cardhobbyist Weekly. This off the cuff touches on the unwritten rules of baseball. These are my opinions. Don't mean they're right. They're just my opinions. So yeah, we'll, instead of sending it over to the desk, we'll send it over to the vehicle and check out this off the cuff. All right, welcome to Off the Cuff. This is the first time I've done an off the cuff for the Cardhobbyist Weekly, so it's a little bit different. So today's topic I'm going to discuss. This was a topic that was talked about a couple weeks ago, I think, about a couple weeks ago, when Fernando Tatis Jr. hit that grand slam. I think it was against the Rangers, the Padres versus the Rangers. Padres were up big, maybe 6-7 runs. I don't recall the exact score. Tatis Jr. swung in a 3-0 pitch, knocked it over the wall, bases were loaded. Grand slam. The score got even bigger. Yeah, so there was a lot of talk about the unwritten rules of baseball. And we kind of had a little bit of a discussion on my Cardboard Happy Hour about this. Some agreements, some disagreements, but it's kind of I would say it's like a one-way conversation when you're streaming, because you're the streamer, you're having the conversation, and then you're getting responses in the chat. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with responses in chat, and plus in text you don't get context and tone a lot. Sometimes that is missed, especially in live stream chat. So I just wanted to do I'm gonna go through like the unwritten rules that I found on Wikipedia and let you know about each one, what I think about it, whether it's useful to have around, I guess, or maybe it should be changed or what. So let's start off with the bunting during a no-hitter. Okay, so basically the unwritten rule is you shouldn't bunt to break up a no-hitter. Now, I'm somewhat okay with that because, in today's game, there's not really any bunting anyways. You don't have a whole lot of players that are bunting to get on base all the time. I don't see bunting as prevalent as it was, back in the 80s, early 90s. The game was more towards power, hitting doubles, hitting homers, driving in runs that way, getting on base and driving them in with a big hit. It's not really the small ball game of the past where, you might have a speedster at the top of your lineup that really can't swing the bat all that well but can bunt. And bunt to get on base, steal a base, have the next batter bunt to get him over, or hit it to the right side of the infield, get him over, hit a sac fly, bring it in. 1-run lead, and then you hope your pitching holds up the rest of the game. So for the bunting to break up a no-hitter, I somewhat agree with this as a rule, as an unwritten rule. Especially with shifts and all that. If somebody's shifting you, they got 3 players on your left-handed, batter, and you got half the teams on the right side of the infield because they know you're not gonna hit the ball the other way. You're trying to pull it for power. If you bunt against a shift in the 8th inning of a no-hitter, yeah, I think that's it's pretty nasty to do. But at the same time, if you did it, would they shift you ever again? I'm sure you get plunked for it, but would they shift you ever again if you bunted? If you were bunting on a no-hitter. Now, if you bunted constantly against the shift, maybe they wouldn't shift against you so much. But yeah, I mean, the rule needs a little tailoring. Okay, so don't bunt to break up a no-hitter. All right, I understand that. Okay, don't bunt to break up a no-hitter. It's kind of a cheesy way to try to grab a hit. But at what point? What point in the game should you not bunt? Past the 7th inning? 8th inning on? 6th inning on? Maybe the unwritten rules should be written rules, Hey, you can't bunt. If the pitcher's throwing a no-hitter, you cannot bunt. If you lay down a bunt, you're out. How's that? Why can't they put it in the rule book if they want it as an unwritten rule? Why can't it actually be in the rule book? Like, look, you can't bunt. You don't have a hit yet. You better swing the bat. If you don't swing the bat, you can hit a swinging bunt, but don't purposely bunt, or you'll be out automatically. Why not just make it a rule instead of it being an unwritten rule? You know what I'm saying? All right. So enough about bunting. You don't see a lot of bunting, but I could see it kind of being an issue, especially late in a no-hitter. Probably hurt somebody's feelings. Swinging 3-0 when you're up big. Okay. Now this is the Tatis Jr. situation right here. Here's my thought on it. Why not? I mean, you're there to swing the bat. Why? My question is if a pitcher is down 6-7 runs, why are they in a 3-0 count anyways? All right, you're already down by a lot. Go out there and throw strikes. Your manager wants you to go out there and throw strikes. If you are unable at throwing strikes, the manager's going to take you out. If you're out there, you're walking people left and right, loading the bases, walking in runs, you have no control. The coach is going to take you out. The manager is going to take you out, right? So why are you in a 3-0 count to begin with? Okay? If it was a 1-0 count, would there be any talk about him swinging the bat and hitting a grand slam? No, it's now a 3-0 count, which even gives somebody more reason to swing the bat. If you're going to meatball it right down the middle to a great hitter. I don't get this rule, Why can't you swing at a 3-0 count? I don't get it. You got batters that won't swing at a 3-0 count in a tie ball game or when they're behind. It's just certain, some batters aren't aggressive like that and, will take their walks and won't swing at, a borderline 3-0 pitch. Or won't even swing at a 3-0 pitch that's right down the middle of the plate because that's just not their game. That's not, they just choose to take on 3-0. This is one rule I do not agree with. At the major league level one bit. I don't agree with it at the major league level one bit. Like we were talking in chat before, I agree with it at, a little league level, a high school level. If you got a team in little league, all the little leagues have that team that just beats up on everybody. They're the best team in the league. Nobody in the league's even close to them. And they're playing a team and they're, knocking people out by the mercy rule left and right. Yeah, I can understand them not swinging 3-0, because the teams aren't, matched evenly. But not in major leagues, not in professional baseball. Yeah, teams aren't as good as other teams in the major leagues, but they're not that far apart. The worst team in the major leagues can win a 3-4 game series against the best team in the major league. Sometimes. I'm sorry I keep slamming stuff, but my hands are going and I'm holding a piece of cardboard here, so you're in the cardboard. It's because I got the unwritten rules written on. So I don't believe in the not swinging 3-0. I don't get that. Not in the major leagues. I don't get it. Pipping home runs. I think pipping home runs is awesome. Bat flips, strutting after you hit a home run, staring the home run a little bit, while you're walking slowly towards first base. I'm cool with all that. It makes the game fun. Sure, it's not fun when it happens against your team, but when it's your team, it's fun. So I think, pipping home runs should be a part, especially bat flips. Bat flips are awesome, in my opinion. There's a line between that and taunting the pitcher. Like, if you just stare at the pitcher, you hit a home run, you don't even look at the home run, you just stare directly at the pitcher, that's taunting. Okay, that's different. But if you're just going to celebrate a home run, I'm all for it, and pitchers can't take that stuff personally. They're just, trying to have fun out there. I think pitchers should celebrate strikeouts too as well, especially big strikeouts. I love to see a pitcher show emotion out there when they get out of a jam. They got runners on base and they get a big strikeout. I like seeing pitchers show emotion like that. I think it's fun. It makes the game more fun. So I don't have anything against pimping home runs. Stealing one up big, that's kind of douchey, I guess you could say. If you're up big and you're still stealing bases, yeah, I could see that one staying as an unwritten rule. You really don't need to steal bases when you're up big because, stealing bases is a strategy to score more runs. But at the same time is what defines being up big. This is the problem with a lot of unwritten rules. What defines it? At what point in the game do you need to stop stealing bases? 5th inning, 6th inning. Do you stop stealing bases when you're up by 10 in the 1st inning? Do you stop stealing bases if you're up by 4 in the 8th inning? What point do you stop stealing bases? Like, I think that stuff should be written, instead of it being an unwritten rule. Like, oh, you'll know when you need to stop stealing bases. Well, I don't. I mean, I'm not a major league ball player. I'm a fan, but I don't know when you're supposed to stop stealing bases being up big. Maybe it should be written down somewhere. Put in stone. Get something that the Players Association agrees with or something. Swinging at the first pitch after back-to-back homers. This is one I wasn't really familiar with. Saw it on Wikipedia. I don't understand this one. Why not? Why not? So what? If the people in front of you hit back-to-back home runs, that's not your fault. It's not your fault they're hitting back-to-back home runs. It's not your fault that the pitcher's giving up two home runs in a row. Why should you, possibly give up the best pitch of the at-bat because the two people in front of you hit home runs? I don't get it. This is like another one that I can see working out for little leagues that has a dominant team, but not in Major League Baseball. I don't get it. I don't get it. Working the count when ahead or behind by a lot. Now, this is another one that I don't understand. What do you mean working the count? Like purposely fouling off balls? I mean, that's playing the game. It's playing the game. Now, if you're like, who purposely fouls off balls? Most people are swinging to put the ball in play. There were a lot of hitters, slap hitters and stuff back in the day that could probably foul off good pitch after good pitch after good pitch. But I think that's just playing the game. That's just playing the game. There's nothing wrong with a 10-12 pitch at bat if you're up by a lot or behind by a lot. Sure, it's prolonging the game a bit, but you're trying to stay alive. You're trying to compete. I don't understand the issue with competing, in that sense. So, rubbing the spot you get hit by a pitch. Why not? I know that crap hurts. You just got beat in the back, beat in the backside, or beat in the tricep, beat in the arm, the hand by a freaking 90-mile-per-hour fastball. Shoot, higher than that, the way these guys are throwing nowadays, 95 miles. Why not rub it? Is it going to make you look like any more of a wuss? No. You can hit me with a 70-mile-per-hour fastball, and I'm still going to rub the spot because it's probably going to hurt. Oh, man. I can imagine getting hit by one that's coming at you in 93. I'd rub that spot, too. I mean, shoot. Why can't you rub it? Let the players rub it. It hurts. All right, walking in front of the umping catcher. This seems more of a courtesy thing. I don't think, this is really a big unwritten rule. It just seems like a courtesy thing that's been around baseball for a long time. So whatever on that one. Standing in the dirt while pitchers are warming up. Yeah, it's just kind of a douchey thing to do, is to stand there while they're warming up. Getting a look at their pitches. That's an unwritten rule. Why not make it a real rule? Why not put it in the rule book? Player cannot stand in the batter's box or in the circle of dirt by home plate while a pitcher's warming up. That can just be a written rule. Why has it got to be an unwritten rule? Assisting an opposing team member. Like, what does this mean? Like helping them catch the ball? Helping them steal a base? Helping them up off the dirt? I mean, like, what does this mean? I don't understand this rule. Assisting an opposing team member. Like, how? Like, helping them up? Like, did they not... If y'all, got into a collision at the plate, I guess you're not allowed to help them up. I don't really understand why. I mean, they do it in football and basketball all the time. You help opposing team members up. More so in football than basketball, but, I don't know about that one. Talk to a pitcher that's throwing a no-hitter. This one's tough because I think this one's more... It's a superstition thing, but at the same time is like, what's the cutoff? Once again, like where's the definition of when you stop talking to the pitcher? Like, I mean, what if the pitcher's a real chatty person? What if you've been talking to the pitcher the whole game, every inning, every half inning, you and the pitcher have been chatting it up in the dugout. Pitcher, after the first inning, the pitcher comes back in, nice 1-2-3 inning. Pitcher comes back in, y'all chatting it up. Next inning, the pitcher does the same thing, comes back in, you're all chatting it up. And you do that the whole game, and then all of a sudden, the 7th inning, the pitcher comes down, sits down next to you, and you get up and you walk to the other end of the dugout because you're not allowed to talk to that guy anymore. That's just what I don't get. Like, what if the pitcher wants you to talk to him? I mean, you've been talking to that pitcher the whole game, and they've been throwing a no-hitter the whole game, been pitching great, and now all of a sudden you're going to stop talking to him? Shoot, that might even put more pressure on the pitcher. That's what I don't really get. I don't think that should be an unwritten rule. I think it should be up to the pitcher. If a pitcher comes up to you during a no-hitter and initiates conversation, you should be allowed to talk to him. But it's up to the pitcher. The pitcher has to initiate the conversation. All right, just a couple more here and we'll be done. I know I've been rambling on this for a little bit. Pitcher must remain in the dugout once being pulled from the game. I don't know the background of this rule. I don't really know, is it a morale thing? I really don't understand how this works. I guess it's, not showing up your manager. If your manager pulls you, and then, maybe you would look pouty or something if you just went straight back to the clubhouse and all that, but at the same time, there's certain points, I'd rather see a pitcher go back into the clubhouse and have a meltdown or blow up than to have it in the dugout. Yeah, it's less entertaining for us fans and the sports talk heads and all that. But if you're gonna have a major blow up, do it in the clubhouse, I would say, not in the dugout. But yeah, I don't truly understand this rule or if it's that big of a deal. Pitchers indicating displeasure if one of their teammates makes an error while they're on the mound. I can understand that. Don't throw your teammates under the bus. Your teammate didn't try to make an error; it just happened. You gotta support your teammates. You're on the same team. Some mistakes happen. Pitchers make errors too. Mistakes happen and all that. You can't show up your teammates. You gotta support your teammates. They're your teammates for a reason. So definitely, if your teammate makes an error, you gotta encourage them to, look, you gotta look forward to the next play. We need you to make the next play. Don't worry about the last play. It's in the past. You can't do nothing about it. A pitcher that shows up one of their own teammates for making a bad throw or anything like that, that's something that seems a little douchey to me. So don't do that as a pitcher. So that's one I agree with. So that's all I got right now. Oh, another one is for the fans. Fans don't talk about a no-hitter during a no-hitter. Where in the rules, the unwritten rules, tells you when you can't talk about it anymore. I can understand it's jinxing it. There's kind of a superstition thing again. But like, if you're like at the stadium and an opposing pitcher throwing a no hitter against your team, is it a bad thing to talk about a no hitter in hopes that your team gets a hit? Wouldn't you want to jinx the other team's pitcher? I don't know. It seems like that's why baseball was very much kind of based on a gentlemanly game. It's a game of gentlemen. I think back in the late 1800s it was a game for gentlemen. But the game's evolved a long time since then. So I think that's one of those things that's still a remnant of the past, just like walking in front of the catcher and umpire. I think that was the gentlemanly thing to do, would be to walk behind them. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that. Hopefully the sound of this is all right. I'm gonna listen to it later. If not, then I'll re-record it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this segment off the cuff. We're gonna send it back to the host, and appreciate you watching. All right, sorry about the sound quality on that one. It was the air conditioning was running in the car, so kind of threw the sound off a little bit and get all that background noise. Trying to remove that background noise, but it is what it is. I don't have a mic for my phone. I should get one. But yeah, let me know what you think on the unwritten rules of baseball. Are there rules that unwritten rules that should be tossed out? Are there unwritten rules that should become written rules? Are there some that just don't make any sense to you, like they do to me? But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to comment below, because that gives you a chance to win the giveaway stash, which is some of my repacks. You never know, you get some good cards in there, some autos, game use stuff, some short printed stuff. You never know what you're gonna find in a repack, especially one of my repacks. Yeah, so we're gonna head over to the very last segment of the Cardhobbyist Weekly, which is my binder haul for the month of August. And usually my binder haul takes a whole video unto itself. Like, my binder haul is usually like a good 20-minute, 30-minute video of me thumbing through all my cards. And for those of you that liked my longer format videos where I was doing the binder hauls, you might not enjoy this segment too much, because I don't actually go through card by card, show you what I picked up. This is just a quick overview of what I got in the binders, as well as the numbers that I finish up with at the end of the segment. So yeah, check it out. It's pretty self-explanatory, real short segment. Take it away. Alright folks, real quick segment here. I'm going to show off what I got for the binders this past month, in the month of August. Usually I thumb through them and show every card, but this month I just had way too many cards. So I'm just going to show you, real quick the stacks. We'll show you the numbers at the end of this segment of like what my total collection is looking like right now in the binders. But yeah, so, got some Hurricanes cards, Jim Kelly, Edgerrin James rookie card, which is awesome. Ray Lewis, DJ Dallas. In total, only 8 Hurricanes cards. I've really curbed off my football collecting recently, but with football season starting up soon, you never know. Alright, so for Dolphins cards, we got about 23 Dolphins cards here. A lot of cool stuff in there, including a Dan Marino out of 100 super sweets. But yeah, these are Dolphins cards, including some Tuas. So total, we had 23 Dolphins cards added to the collection. Alright, Braves cards. Quite a few more Braves cards than football cards. This is the stack of Braves cards I got in August. These will all be going on the binders. Probably not this Chris Medlin. I'll probably leave that one outside the binder. Museum collection at a $3.99, Chris Medlin. But all in all, we had 113 Braves cards added to the collection. Now these aren't dupes. None of these are dupes. These are all cards I did not have before. So they're all unique. Alright, so of course the biggest collection, my main PC, is always Hall of Famers. So quite a big stack of Hall of Famers this month. A lot more than the Braves cards. A lot more than football cards. So
So pretty impressive stack there. Hope I have no binder pages for all this. Hall of Famers. Oh wait, that's not all the Hall of Famers. Okay, I guess we'll put the rest of the Hall of Famers up here that I need to bind. There we go. These two stacks are nothing but Hall of Fame cards. Braves, Dolphins, Hurricanes collection. So I got my work cut out for me. But yeah, enjoy these stats as I end this segment. Short segment, but just to let you know that I've picked up quite a few cards in August. Most of these mainly came out of a lot I bought on eBay, which was 600 something cards, All Stars and Hall of Famers. That's where the majority of these came from. But pretty impressive if you ask me. My collection's still not the hugest. I mean, people have probably 10 times the amount of cards I got, but you know, this isn't a sprint, it is a marathon, and you do it long enough and you will accumulate some cards, as you can see. So appreciate y'all watching this segment. Send it back to the desk, and yeah, hopefully the hosts have something snarky to say.
That is a ridiculous stack of Hall of Famers. Yeah, I don't know if I said the number in that segment of how many Hall of Famers I got. Oh, it was over 400 different Hall of Fame cards. So a lot of binding to do on that. But yeah, just so much fun picking up all those cards. Yeah, most of those came from a single lot purchase on eBay. But just to watch, you know, to look back and watch your collection grow. So if you're wondering like what my collections look like, I think I did my first binder haul video like in October or November of last year. No, don't quote me on that, I had to look it up. But yeah, so like at the end of last year, I think I had maybe 4 binders of cards, you know, football, Braves collection, and like 2 binders of Hall of Famers, or 3 binders, I don't know. I did a video at the end of the year showing off all my binders. I did a binder review of like I actually paged through my binders at the end of the year, and now I'm up to 9-10 binders of cards. It's pretty amazing how much you can accumulate over the course of, I mean, it hasn't even been a year since I made that video. So like, you know, if you watch those back pages, the Cardboard Oracle, you know, who I love. If you're not watching Eric, definitely go check him out. Those back pages, awesome channel, very soothing voice. But yeah, he talks about, you know, people see his collection and they're like, wow, you got some great stuff, and you know, I can't believe, you know, you got all this stuff. And then people try to catch up to that, you know, like kind of like keeping up with the Joneses. You know, there's Joneses on YouTube that have amazing collections, and some people try to, you know, catch up to them, you know, try to get a collection on par with their collection. And you can't discredit time in the hobby. The longer you're in the hobby, the more likely you're going to have multiple things that other people don't have and other people see and other people want. But if you're new to the hobby, don't rush headlong into it and say, I need to have a collection as good as Eric's, or I need to have a collection as good as Silver Jackify, or I need a, you know, a collection as good as you know, any of these other, you know, Mike Baseball Collector. You know, some of these guys have amazing collections and a lot of money invested in those collections. Don't try to catch up to them. Collect at your own pace. You know, collect what's most fun for you. Collect in a way that's most fun for you. If you have fun ripping packs, Don't let anybody tell you not to rip packs. Don't let anybody say, oh, well, that's not cost effective to rip packs. What does it matter what the cost of ripping a pack is if that's what you enjoy most about the hobby? If you enjoy ripping a pack, rip that pack. Don't let somebody tell you, oh, you shouldn't rip that pack because it's worth more sealed than it is open. Well, not to me, because an unripped pack is just a pack waiting to be ripped. You know, sure, an unripped pack of 2018 update may be worth so much money, but to somebody that may enjoy having that rip, there's a reason they're paying that much money for an unripped pack, because they want to rip it. They want to have the thrill of ripping up and hopefully hitting something big, one of those big rookies from 2018. But yeah, so I'm rambling here at the end. So yeah, let me know what y'all think of the Cardhobbyist weekly videos. Once again, please leave a comment below. I love reading y'all's comments. I try to get back to you the best I can. I try to respond to most comments if I can. But yeah, I was saying before, I'm still amazed at how my binders have grown, and I really haven't spent all that much money on product this year. I've been big fan of Mike Somner, Wax Pack Hero podcast. He talks about the self-sustaining hobby. That's what my goal is. I do sell cards online. I do sell breaks. But my breaks I do one break maybe a week. One break every 2 weeks. I'm not a breaker. I don't feel like a breaker where I'm breaking product, 3, 4, 5 times a week. I don't feel like I'm a breaker. I do sell my Bargain Buster group breaks because it's fun. It's something to do. I find it, an original concept for breaking. Yeah, it's basically a pack mixer break, but it's random packs, so it's not set in stone what you're breaking. And it's a lot of fun just to hang out and rip, and we do a little hit dance when we get a hit. So definitely check it out on cardhobbyist.com. The Bargain Buster group break, really fun. It's really cheap. I try to keep it as cheap as possible for the budget breakers out there. But yeah, let me quit babbling, and let me bring you a quote to close out the Cardhobbyist Weekly. This quote, since we're in a football theme today, this quote comes from Mike Singletary, and Mike Singletary said, "Do you know what my favorite part of the game is? The opportunity to play." And it may seem like a simple quote, may seem like it doesn't mean much, but when you really dissect it, don't overlook your opportunities. We all have opportunities, and those opportunities that are right in front of you, we take them for granted most of the time. So don't take for granted your opportunities, whether it be an opportunity to spend time with somebody, an opportunity to connect with somebody else, an opportunity just to say hello, an opportunity to make a YouTube video, an opportunity to comment on somebody else's YouTube video, an opportunity to share what you enjoy, an opportunity to teach somebody something new, an opportunity to teach yourself something new. So those are actually, in such a short quote, it's a very inspirational quote from Mike Singletary. Hope you all enjoyed this Cardhobbyist Weekly, and I will let you go. Until next week, peace.